Hey guys, welcome to the Captain Fizz and Mask Guy show. I am Captain Fizz.
Hi guys, I'm that mask guy.
And we're doing things a little differently tonight just because currently major cold is hitting all of us. So we're actually doing this show via Skype. So we're in two different areas of the city, and we really wanted to talk to all of you about the Star Wars trailer as well as a bunch of other stuff that we're currently working on, but we didn't want to miss the show no matter how sick we are. So this is our show tonight. We're bringing it to you the best way we know how. So sit back, enjoy our music, and we will be right back. Hey guys, welcome back to the Captain Fizz and Mask Guy show. I am on day 4 of being sick now, which is...
Hey guys, I'm trying not to be sick. My little man is been sick all week, and my wife is now fighting a pretty nasty cold. And I'm trying my hardest to stay healthy. But as I was telling Captain Fizz earlier today, it feels like my body's under siege, and they're trying to beat the door down right now. So I think for my benefit, I need to try to compromise my health as little as possible. That's why Captain Fizz is on quarantine from me for the next week.
Yeah, and part of the reason I'm sick is because on Saturday I decided to... I worked first thing in the morning, and then I had to help someone move. And then decided that I was going to go to a costume wedding social. Now, so this is very interesting because I went out and I bought a Riddler costume. I don't believe I've posted this to our Facebook page yet, but I will after our show. But I was walking around the mall just before. I actually walked from my place to the mall for coffee, because coffee was very important before any of this stuff. And the reactions of people were one of the most entertaining I've ever had. I had people honking their car or their horns. Thumbs up. I had people sitting in parking lots, taking pictures, different things along the way. But the best reaction I had was actually in the mall itself. Now I'm in full green. I got a cane. I got my boiler hat. I got the Riddler jacket with the question marks, same with the pants. I even had Riddler socks on. So I went the whole, 9 yards. But as I'm walking along, this guy decided he wanted to ask me if he could take a picture of me for his Snapchat. And to me, it's like, awesome, people want to take a picture. That, I thought, was like a really good moment for me. The best moment, though, I'm sitting on the bench, I'm waiting for a friend of mine to finish their work, walk with them outside and whatnot, and this family walks up with this little boy, maybe 8 years old at the most, asking for a picture because his favorite, comic book character is the Riddler.
Oh.
So... I of course, no hesitation. I, did my pose, my hands on the cane, holding myself up, and whatnot to take the picture with the little boy. And watching the reaction of him, who's a little unsure what to do, and the parents who literally had the biggest smiles, they told me that I made his day, or all of their day. But I think in reality it was the other way, because being part of that and seeing the reaction that they had of all this was definitely for me a highlight of why I dress up, the way I do, why I like being in costumes, and I don't mind walking around, the blocks or walking around in the mall dressed up as a character for this exact reason. And we've talked about this before, why we dress up and why, we do things and why we're proud of what we do. And this is the perfect moment of why. At least in my eyes.
I don't know. I don't know. It's been so long since I've actually enjoyed dressing up. Like, I haven't done any real cosplay in a couple of years, and honestly, I can't tell you exactly why that is. I'm not sure what has done it, why I haven't done it. I know my wife really wants to get into back at the cosplay. She's been slowly, methodically been putting together a Hobbit costume for my son. She would love to debut this costume if she can at C4 this year. I'm not sure if she's going to be able to get. She was trying to figure out how to make a Hobbit feet for him, but I don't think we're going to go to that extreme because mainly I don't think my son would tolerate having big, hairy, rubber feet put on him.
Well, I think there's actually another way you can do it. If you take some of that old shag carpet and you find like little flip-flop or something that you can put on them just as you're at the convention, you can easily, glue it on top and make it look like, the hair for feet. So there are kind of unique ways you can go about that to make it look like it without actually having the big rubber feet, which can be intolerable no matter who you are.
Okay.
But
that's interesting.
Yeah, definitely, things to look at. But I think we really need to go into the main topic of our show.
I'm doing, plugging the show on Twitter and on Facebook and on my a couple of other things with social media. So now we can get kind of down to the nitty-gritty of, at least the first segment of the show, or I guess this is technically like the second segment of the show.
Yeah.
For those people who aren't aware, the latest trailer for Star Wars The Last Jedi debuted last night. If you haven't seen it, you can go check it out, both on our Twitter account at FizMash Show, as well. Go to our Facebook page. Just search up Captain Fizz and the Masked Man, and it's on there as well. I've had a chance to kind of watch it a couple times. Captain Fizz, being Captain Fizz, has completely been over-analyzing this trailer, for sure.
I've watched it probably today alone. I've watched it close to about 20 times, just because I wanted to kind of catch each little major quote, so to speak, in its natural element of part of the trailer. The part of the trailer I don't like, though, is how they released it. Instead of releasing it at a special event or whatever, they released it during halftime of an NFL football game because their ratings have dropped so far that this is the only way to save face.
I think just... You know what? Part of that, though, is it's not just football. That's like, I think you can go back to network television with people streaming TV off the, their phones and off the internet and everything. We're seeing just cable ratings going down more and more, and I don't think they could really show the numbers, I guess, when people are streaming online.
Oh, absolutely.
How many people are actually watching. So I guess they're kind of like, hey, you know what? Because I remember... I did read on Twitter that it was going to debut in the middle of Monday Night Football, and I was not planning to watch Monday Night Football, actually, because, by the way, everyone, belated happy Thanksgiving to everyone in Canada, for everyone down in the United States. Hope you guys had a great Columbus Day. I was talking to Ween briefly yesterday. I know it's not the most popular holiday for you folks down there, but I certainly hope everyone is well, both on both sides of the 49th parallel. And but yeah, when I admit this, I have not watched it 20 times. I probably have watched it a handful of times, though. And I don't have it. And again, so because I just went off and watched it on Twitter and everything, and I actually searched it down on their own Facebook, Star Wars Facebook page to find the trailer, since it wasn't even on YouTube yet for me to go off and share it with everyone. I don't know. I thought I was very emotional. I loved a lot of the aspects that were there, and I really hope that we have the time to really kind of go into depth on this. If I was with Captain in the basement studio, I probably would brought the trailer up on my phone and let you all listen to it, so we could go up and kind of talk, listen to it and then discuss it, because I don't know, this was pretty epic to me from the beginning to start. I know you being the Krabby Patty that you are, Captain Fizz, don't completely agree with me, I'm sure.
There are certain aspects of the trailer I don't think they should have shown. The whole point of a trailer is to kind of have a mystery, make you want to see the movie, to see the different parts. I feel like they revealed too much, or at least made it appear that they revealed too much.
There was a lot there, and it certainly feels like the when we went into The Force Awakens, we weren't really sure about anything. We had no idea who any of the characters really were, down to the point where Monopoly produced a Star Wars game, and they did not feature Rey in the game because they did not, they didn't realize that she was a, such an important character. In some aspects, it almost felt like they thought that Finn was going to be the major character in this, because there's a lot of stuff we see. Kylo Ren, we saw Finn, we saw some Rey, but it wasn't quite clear exactly what her role was going to be in there. This one, it does feel like they're not, holding it as close to their chest with The Last Jedi as much as they did with The Force Awakens, and maybe that's just the difference in directors.
Oh, I definitely agree. And what really kind of stuck out to me was the very first quote of this trailer. And you hear Snoke speak for the first time, other than as a hologram. It's, "When I found you, I saw your untamed power, and beyond that, something truly special." So what really spoke out to me about that is you don't actually 100% know if he's talking about Kylo Ren. Now, it shows Kylo Ren at the start of the trailer, but is he actually saying it to Kylo Ren?
I think the assumption here is that this is... there's an article that... if you go to TheVerge.com, they went off and posted it, where they go off and they kind of analyze the trailer, not to a great degree, but they go through certain images and certain parts of what happens in the trailer, and they go off and kind of give their thoughts on it. And it really does feel like this is some sort of a pep talk towards Kylo Ren. This, you gotta remember, the Last Jedi happens immediately after the Force Awakens, and so Kylo Ren is kind of in a vulnerable spot right now, or you would assume so. He's killed his father to try to embrace the dark side, and that didn't seem to go that well for him emotionally. If you see him, he didn't quite get the feeling, I think, that he was hoping for, and then he gets his butt handed to him by a dude who can't even use the Force, and a girl who's just this, who literally just hours before realized she was even force sensitive.
I still disagree that he actually killed his father, because if you go back and look at it, the way Han Solo is holding the lightsaber and whatnot, I actually think that